Yeah, hello there and welcome back, and let us continue with our lesson over here. So in the previous lesson we learned how we can run the tasks concurrently. So we were able to run tasks that we provided, or the function that we had, in a concurrent manner. So both of these task 1 and task 2 were running concurrently over here, and it was returning us the value when it was completed and the type which of the list of the int. So you may have the another use case over here. Let's say you may have a multiple functions that is going to run concurrently, but the return type may be of different type. So currently you can see both of these returns the int. That's why you get a list of the int over here. But let's say you have a different object, maybe a student object, or maybe you have a different type of, let's say, a string or a boolean. So what we will do over here is we'll try to fix that. So let's go to our functions over here, and let me just copy this particular function, and let's go and create the new function over here, and that will be of the, let's say, simple task 2, let's say of the 3 over here, and this is going to return us the, let's say, a simple string over here. And we'll just go and remove this one from here. We are not going to use that. So let's say task 3, and let's go and say this is of the task 3 as well. And I'm going to just extract this one. I'm not going to use a for loop over here. And okay, so that's the thing that we need. So let's just cut this section and let's just paste it over here. I'm just going to remove this one for now, and let's remove this one as well. And what I will do is I'll just go and run this one after a delay of the 5 seconds. So it may be like you are calling the API over here or doing some tasks. And let's say for this one, let's say we'll just say task 3, right? So task 3, and then we'll just say task 3, let's say a value or something over here, and then you want to give some value, or let's just give some value over here. And then we are going to return from here, is because we need to return a string over here, and currently we don't have any of the value. So we want to wait for this one to later complete and return us the value. So in that case we will be using a completer over here, completer completer. So let's go and say the completer, and this will help us to return a future from here, since we don't have any of the future that we are going to return from here. So what we'll do is this will go and return us the completer as a string over here. And now using this completer, I can just go and say is complete over here. So we complete with error or complete with a success. So here we are going to pass in, let's say, something like a Richard over here, and this is going to complete this particular completer, and then it's going to return us the completer from here, that the future. So this will help us to generate the future over here. So if you take a look over the completer, we can generate a future object using a completer. So it's really useful if you want to generate a future object where you actually don't have one. So let's say this is of your asynchronous code, but here we don't have any future that is going to return to us. So we want to generate a future by ourselves, so that we can use the completer. You can also use the future.value, but I guess completer is much more, you have more customizable on the completer. And once you run the complete, that's going to complete this particular completer, and you cannot redo that one. So if you want to add multiple times the completer.complete, that's going to give you an error. So you can see completes the future with the supplied value. So this is the completer that we are going to use over here. The use case, if you want to know more about the completer, make sure to go and check out the documentation over there. And from here, what we are just going to do is, because we don't have any future value to return, we are using a completer over here to make sure we complete. And once that is completed, because we have a 5-second delay over here, once that delay is completed, we just want to return that particular completer to the future over here. So what we will do now is, let's go back to the screen over here, and I'll just copy this particular code, and I am going to create a new button below this one over here, and this will be of, let's say, a task 5 over here. and we will add one more over here. So let's go and say this is of the simple task of the 3 over here. And now you'll see that this returns the object over here, but that is not what we want over here. What we want over here is if in this case you have to manually cast that particular object to extract that particular value. So in that case, what we will do is we'll just go and extract this particular code from here, remove this one from here, and let's go and arrange it properly. So let's go and say we want to close this one as well, this one, and then we close it over here. And we need let's say final, and let's say a simple one, A, and this will be of the B, right? So ABC. So we need this particular value over here, A, B, and the C. So let's say this is of a B and this is of the C. Sorry, this is of the C over here. So ABC. So we have a 3 tasks that's going to run for us. And now what we want to do over here is we want to get that particular value. So what we will do over here is, let's say okay, so let's go and just use the debug instead of printing that or collecting it over here. So here we will just go and collect that particular value over here. So await, and then we are going to await this one, A, right? And similarly we have to await that particular value of the B over here. And then we I need to copy this one more time, so the value of the task of the 3, and this will await the C over here. And what you can also do is you want to calculate that value over here, right? So if you want to calculate A and B, that's also fine, but I guess we'll just say task 1, task 2, and task 1, and then we have a 2 and the 3 completed over here. And then you want to just print out some value, like you want to grab that and calculate it. That's also fine. So just remove this one from here. I guess that should be fine. And once we are done with that, let's try to reload the application over here, and let's go back over here. So now we have the task of the 5 over here. So let's try to go and run that one over here. And now you will see that let's go to the debug console. So it's still running in the you can see a concurrent manner. So task 1 and task 2 are running in the concurrent, as well as you can see the task 3 is the running in the concurrent manner. And also you can see the task 3 is ended over here, and after 5 seconds you see that it returns the value of the task 3 value is of Richard, which is of that particular function over here. So task 3 value is of Richard, and once it is completed you can see that it's going to return us that particular value over here. So you can see that is returning us the value of the 3 is that particular Richard over here. So in this way you can actually use the completer, as well as you can go and run the tasks in the concurrent manner in this way, right? So previously we learned in a different way. This is useful once you have a same kind of the data type, but if you don't have a same kind of the data type, then it will be much more simpler to use in this way. So that's all for this lesson, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll continue with this lecture in the next one. Till then, have a great day.